Hi, good evening. Thank you for being here. My name is Rony Velasquez, and I work with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, California Properties. I've been a training agent for about 5 years, and I'm so glad to see you here today. Today we're going to be talking about real estate technology, so welcome to our real estate technology class. Now, the first thing that I have to say in regards to technology is that there's just so much of it. As a matter of fact, there is so much of it. I oftentimes tell people that about 3 or 4 years ago, once people know that you're a real estate agent, companies at least, once they know that you're a real estate agent, you get flooded with companies trying to sell you something, right? Trying to sell you something, trying to get you into different platforms. Oh, you should do this, you should do that, and all the craze about social media and all these things. And it gets confusing. It gets really confusing. As a matter of fact, I was confused. 3 or 4 years ago, it got to a point in which I used to get on average about 100 emails a day just on companies offering me services and things like that. So it got so crazy and it got so interrupting into my business that I said, you know what, forget this. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to start unsubscribing from everything that I don't need and I don't want and I didn't request. But what I will do is I'm going to start investigating what is it that I need to do in order to run my business. So what I did about 2 or 3 years ago is that I started enrolling into different systems, testing them out, finding out which systems work and how they work and what they do well and what they don't do well, how much they cost, etc., etc. So I started investing a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of effort into doing this. So this is the combination of about 3 years of work. So what this class is about is about all the systems that you must have when you are working in real estate. This is it. It's like Michael Jackson said it. This is it. This is basically it. This is 3 years of me cataloging, reviewing information, putting it all together, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Now, so what I'm going to do before the end of the day today, what I want you to do every time you come to one of my classes, I always let you go with something. So today I'm going to give you a copy of this document. This document that I created here is a 18-page document that tells you everything about all the technology that is available right now, the technology we have in the company, the technology that is available for you as real estate professionals, etc. And this document is going to give you a brief explanation of what the technology is. It's going to tell you how much it costs. It's going to tell you what it does. And basically this is the best of the best, okay? And believe me when I tell you it's the best of the best, because I have spent hundreds of hours and thousands of dollars enrolling to so many things that didn't work in order to get to the ones that actually work. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm saving you 3 years of research by providing you with this information. So we're going to cover some of the things that we have available. Now, there are some recommendations that I'm going to give you. The first recommendation is that once you get this document tonight, I want you to print it. And then the second thing is I want you to grab a highlighter and start highlighting some of the things you would be interested in learning how to do and learning how to use, right? And the next thing that I want you to do is I want you to take it one step at a time. Don't try to learn everything in one day, because it's not going to happen. Now, some of the systems are easy. I'm going to give you some information to get you up and running in some of these systems, etc. But guess what? It will take some time for you to learn the systems. Sometimes people say, "Oh my God, you do it so fast," because I've been doing it for a long time, right? So I grab the computer and I just boom, 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 go from step number 1 to step number 27 in about 30 seconds. Well, that's how handy you can become with these systems, as long as you learn how to use them and you start using them properly. Between today and tomorrow, because this is a 2-part class, I am going to teach you some of the things, some of the shortcuts in how to get into these systems and how to get working with them. Okay. Now, there are 10 different systems that I'm going to be talking to you about today. There's actually 10 of them. Now, this document here contains 20 different systems. Now, the first 10 systems are technology systems, and some of the systems that the company provides. The other 10 systems are more related to prospecting. So we're going to discuss that in a second, but I'm going to give you a heads up. I wanted to give you a heads up right now. Now, the first 10 systems is technology systems that you need to learn and you need to live by. I honestly tell you, I don't know how to run my business without using the systems that I'm about to explain. Now, let's start with the first one here. The first one is called the BHHS resource and the BHHS mobile app. The BHHS resource is our in-house marketing system. In-house marketing system. Now, if you go to the BHHS resource, you will find out that in the marketing platform, because it's divided in 3 different platforms, which I'm going to talk to you about in a second, but the marketing platform contains over 1,000 marketing pieces. 1,000 marketing pieces. And those marketing pieces range anywhere between flyers, postcards, door hangers, business cards, newsletters, e-newsletters, invites, etc., etc. Video marketing, we do also video marketing, and many other things, right? So the marketing center is your marketing platform. This is where you get all this information. Now, some other companies outside of Berkshire Hathaway, they charge you a fee for these platforms. You know, I have seen some companies selling you platforms like this for $39 a month, or $99 a month, or $179 a month. I've seen those happening. You don't need to pay $179 a month or $99 a month. You don't need to pay anything, because this platform is free and is available through our company, right? So that's the first thing about the BHHS Resource Center you need to know. There's another thing about the BHHS Resource Center you need to know, which is the training programs that we have. Inside of the BHHS Resource, there are 2 types of training programs. The first training program is the live training programs. And the live training programs are webinars that the company put together. There's, on average, there's 2 webinars a day, usually in the morning between 7 a.m. in the morning and noon. And there's 2 webinars that you can attend. And all you have to do is click on the button to enroll and register for the webinar. They'll send you a link. And once the webinar starts, you can link with your computer. You can go and see the webinar. And you can call the phone number. And you're actually talking to the trainer as the trainer is going along and training you with information. So this is a great system. The other one is the recorded webinars. See, some of these webinars are recorded. So you have approximately over 300 recorded webinars that are already there. These recorded webinars range anywhere from prospecting in real estate, time management, building teams, creating, using the contact database, using the marketing center, how to become proficient with the social media advertising such as Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, etc., etc. All of these things are taught through the BHHS Resource Center. So once again, our company prides itself in being one of the only companies in real estate right now that has so much training that you don't have to go anywhere else. We have so much training, you can train every day of the week and every month of the year if you want to. All right. So that's one of the things. The next thing that BHHS Resource gives you, it gives you a contact database. It gives you a contact database. So that's the next thing that the BHHS Resource gives you, a contact database. This contact database is a fully fledged contact database. You can add contacts, you can create email campaigns, you can set up calendar events, you can set up tasks and to-dos and things like that. So it's a full-fledged contact database. For those of you that don't have a contact database, this is a great place to start. So the contact database, once again, is absolutely free. And the last thing that I use from BHHS Resource, even though there's other things in BHHS Resource that I use, the most important things are the ones that I just mentioned right now. The last thing that I use from them is their social media postings. Social media postings. We're going to talk about websites and landing pages in a second. But here's what I have to say in regards to your social media accounts. If you have social media accounts such as Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, etc., one of the things that need to happen in your social media accounts is that you need to create posts. You need to post stuff because your pages are organic. If you have a business page with Facebook and you're not posting anything, then they're going to turn it down. They're going to shut it off because you're not posting anything. If you go a long time and you don't post anything, they're going to shut it off. BHHS Resource has a platform for postings that once you enroll into the platform, every morning at 7 o'clock in the morning, you get an email from, and you have, in this email, you have anywhere between 5 to 8 different postings that you can post into your social media platform. So you are organically creating this platform and people are looking at those posts and you get likes and you get followers and so on and so forth. I started doing this about 3 years ago, and over the last 3 years I have accumulated over 5,000 followers, okay, which is it may sound like a lot or not, but I mean it's taking a long time for me to create the following that I have, and I do it very easily by using the posting from the BHHS Resource. It's so easy that once you get that email, all you have to do is actually press one button and it's going to go there. So I'm going to go into that in a second. So, so social media postings, those are the things that are important with the BHHS Resource. The other thing that we have in the BHHS resource is what we call the Berkshire Hathaway app. We actually have an app that you can purchase, and there is a fee for it, but it's an annual fee, very inexpensive. I believe it's like $79. And you can get this app, and this app is customized with the company colors and the branding and your information. And this is something that you can share through your phone, social media accounts, etc., etc. So that's another thing that you have to be aware of. The next platform that we have is not actually a technology platform that I put it within the first two because this is in order of importance, so starting from the most important ones and going down the list. The next one is the Mohorn Advantage programs. The Mohorn Advantage programs, which is not a technology platform, but is a series of programs that we have here in the company that are exclusive for our company. Nobody else has these programs. Nobody else has these programs. So these programs are exclusive for our company. Which are the programs that we have available? Number one is the what we call the Wealth Accumulation Program, or it's commonly known as the Flipper Program, in which Bruce Mohorn is going to partner up with you to purchase a property. You're going to fix it up, you're going to resell it, and then split the profits, all right? And all you have to do is find the property, and he will do that for you. There's also the Cosmetic Repair Loan Program, in which we advance money to the sellers in order for them to make repairs on the property, and there's no payments until they close escrow. So we advance the money. The other one is the Foreclosure Prevention Program. If you have somebody that is right now in notice of default or notice of foreclosure and they have equity in the home, we can advance them the money in order for them to become current so they don't lose the property, and then after the close of escrow they can pay back that money. We have also the Trading Program. We have the Tenant Occupied Program. We have the Guarantee Sale Program, and we have other programs in the company. Now, I want you guys to take the time to come in and do the MAP training classes, because we have MAP training classes every Thursday and Friday at 11 o'clock in the morning, and I believe at 1:30 in the afternoon, if I'm not mistaken. I want you to come to the classes because they talk about the MAP programs during the classes. So I'm going to leave it as that, but I want you to know that this is some of the systems that I couldn't live without. The next one is the Toolkit CMA system. The Toolkit CMA system provides you with packets of information that you can send your clients. It gives you packets of information that you can send your clients. So if you have a potential buyer, you have a potential seller, you have potential for sale by owner, expired person, you can actually go to Toolkit CMA, and it gives you a packet of information that is very professionally made, so you can send to the people either by mail, you can deliver it by hand, etc., etc. So if you don't have a presentation package right now, like a lot of people have presentation packages, if you don't have one right now, this is the place to go and go get it. All right. The next system that we're going to talk about is Matrix and Home Seekers. Matrix is a benefit of the California Association of Realtors. The Matrix is the platform commonly known as the Multiple Listing Service or the MLS system. The one thing that makes me sad is that most people only use Matrix to search for properties. That's the only use they have of Matrix. And I gotta be honest with you, I've been using Matrix for a long time. I love the system. The system is easy to use. It looks good, it feels good, etc. And once you learn how to use the system, not only you can search for properties, but you can also do so many other things. You can use Matrix to keep in touch with sellers. You can use Matrix to keep in touch with buyers. You can use Matrix to keep in touch with investors. You can use Matrix to search for flipping opportunities. I'm going to show you how to do that in Matrix, okay? Searching for flipping opportunities. You can use Matrix to do data analysis. You can use Matrix to do comparison market analysis. You can use Matrix to do property flyers, buyer tours. You can do analytics, statistic analysis of an area or region. You can find out how many potential buyers there are in an area, how many potential sellers there are in that area. You can find out also the turnover ratios for a particular area, how many properties sell on an annual basis. You can do all of that with Matrix. And the sad thing is, most people only use Matrix to search for homes. That's all they do, right? So tomorrow, I'm going to show you some of the things that we're going to do in order to utilize Matrix to the maximum extent that we can. The next system is called the Cloud CMA system. The Cloud CMA system is a platform that is, it's a separate platform, but it integrates with Matrix. And what they do is that they package information. Cloud CMA packages information. That's what they do. So basically what they do is that if you're going to do a CMA, they can package a CMA for you. And it's going to be very professional with the company colors, with the logo, with the disclaimers, etc., etc. If you have a property, you can do a property flyers using Cloud CMA. You can do property reports, property profiles using Cloud CMA. You can also do buyer tours using Cloud CMA. All of these things can be done, and it's so easy to use. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. I'm not kidding you. It's so easy to use. So we're going to talk about Cloud CMA as well. Realist Property Report System. Realist is another benefit of the Board of Real Estate, which is it also integrates with Matrix. Once you go into real estate, there's a couple of things that you can do. Now, most people know Realist from being a platform that provides you with property information. That is to say, if you go to Realist, you put the property address and it gives you information, right? It gives you the characteristics of the property. It gives you the square footage, bedroom, bathroom, etc., etc. But there's other things that you don't know about Realist that it also provides you. It also provides you with comparables for the property. It also provides you with neighborhoods in the area. It also provides you with community information or neighborhood information, such as the amount of people that are currently renting in the area, which properties are owner-occupied versus non-owner-occupied properties. It tells you what the schools in the district are. It tells you the occupation of people, the average income of the area. It tells you the demographics, you know, how many people that are married versus non-married. This is all good information that you can use not only for your clients, but you can also use for yourself. If you're going to farm in an area, if you're going to do a geographic farm in an area, you would want to know all of this information. You would want to know how many owner-occupied properties versus investment properties are there. You will want to know what is the median income of the people in the area. You would want to know about the type of sales that are in the area, and once again, turnover ratios and things like that, right? So all of this information is easy accessible using Realist. There's one other thing that Realist does that a lot of people don't know about. In Realist, you can actually search for information as well, not only for property information, but for neighborhood information. Let me give you an example of that. You can actually create a search in Realist that gives you a list of all the expires in that particular neighborhood. It gives you the names of the expires, it gives you the addresses of the expires, and if they are absentee owners, it also gives you the address of where they live outside of that property. It gives you all of that information on a click on a button. You click the button, it gives you that information, and you can download that information. You can also create labels out of Realist. If you're going to mail out letters, you can create labels for this. You can use it for research information and things like that. There's the other side of Realist that most people don't know about. So if you're looking for properties that are expired, canceled, active, pendings, you know, things like that, and you want to know what those properties are, who owns them, where they live, etc., you can do all of that, and you can even print mailing letters and mailing labels in there. The next one is the SIP forms, contracts and digital signatures. Now watch this. I don't know how to run a business without SIP forms. SIP forms is where our contracts is, okay? And this is where we get all the agreements, all the disclosures and everything. Now, the one thing that I have to say in regards to SIP forms is that most people don't know how to use SIP forms. Here's the difference between somebody that doesn't know how to use SIP forms versus me, for example. If you have a buyer who's making an offer on a property, most people, what they do is that they go into SIP forms, and then they start, you know, they open a new transaction, they start pulling out, you know, the papers that they need. They go and they start filling out all the information by hand, and once that's done, they will print the documentation, and they'll meet with the people, and they'll get it signed, and then they'll upload it again so they can send it again to the other agent, etc., etc., right? I'm here to tell you that that's the wrong way of doing it. I mean, honestly, it takes me about 3 minutes, max 3 minutes, to create a complete package, send it out for signatures, receive it back, and send it to the other agent. It takes about 3 minutes. So I'm here to say that if it takes you more than 3 minutes to do all of this, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. And usually what happens is that agents are spending 2, 3, and even 4 hours doing all this process when it can be done in about 5 minutes if you use SIP forms correctly. You need to be able to use SIP forms. You need to be able to use the templates. You need to be able to download information from the MLS because it connects to the MLS. You need to be able to use digital signatures because it has the digital signatures that you can use. All of this can be done, and it only takes about 3 minutes. But it does take a little bit of time to set it up, and that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about how to set up SIP forms so you can use the system. The next thing that we're going to talk about today is going to be websites and business pages. Now the question that most people have is whether or not you should have a website. And my answer to you is yes, you should have a website. And the reason why is because people expect you to have a website. Most consumers will ask you. Sooner or later, somebody's going to say, do you have a website? Send me your website address. So you need to have a website. You need to have a website that is good for buyers, but also a website that is good for sellers. So in our company right now, we are investing a lot of money integrating a system for sellers that most companies don't have. And we're actually rolling it out, I believe, in the next few weeks or so. And this system is going to be integrated within our website. So you need to have a website in order to promote it, in order to bring buyers and sellers into the website so you give them the ability to do what they need to do. In regards to business pages, what is business pages? Business pages are social media business pages. And the social media business pages, you can create social media business pages pretty much on any platform. They're absolutely free. They do take a little bit of work to set up. I'm going to give you some pointers in regards to that. But in regards to social media business pages, you can have a social media business page in Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, the top 5, like I always say. Pinterest, Instagram, and YouTube as well, if you have videos that you can showcase in YouTube. So that's important. So business pages and websites. The next thing we're going to talk about is buyer and seller portals. How to utilize the buyer and seller portals for buyers and sellers. And buyer and seller portals are places where people go and search for information in regards to their market activity in the area for sellers. If you're a seller, you want to know what the market activity is in the area. And if you're a buyer, you want to know how many properties are for sale and all the information about the properties. So we're going to talk about that as well. And lastly, system number 10, we're going to talk about contact management, what we call the CRMs, or customer relationship management, which is basically a contact database. Now, why is it that you need to have a contact database? I'll tell you the reason why. Because it's easy to follow up on a lead when you have one lead to follow up on. That's easy. I'm not kidding you. Like, you have one lead to follow up, write it on a sticker note, on a sticky note. Put it on your computer. Don't forget to call George. Every time you look at the computer, just call George, all right? Because that's easy. That's not complicated, right? But it gets complicated once you start generating more leads. And obviously, the goal of our training classes is to teach you how to generate tons and tons and tons of leads. But the problem with generating tons and tons and tons of leads, and I tell this to everybody, I say, you know what? I can teach you how to generate 1,000 leads. As a matter of fact, tomorrow I'll give you 1,000 leads. I'm going to give you 1,000 leads, just like that. But if I give you 1,000 leads, if you don't have a system to follow up with those leads, you're going to get lost. You won't even know what to do with the leads, if I guarantee you, right? So you need to have a system to have leads, to put your leads, because it's not as easy to follow up on a lead when you have 10, 20 leads, 50, 60 leads, 100, 200 leads, 300, 400 leads to follow up on. It doesn't get easier. It gets more complicated. You need to be able to follow up with them. You need to be able to call them on a constant basis. You need to be able to make notes. You need to be able to set up appointments, set tasks. You need to be able to send them email campaigns and things like that. All of that is needed, and all of that is available when you have a contact database. There's a second reason also to have a contact database, and one of the most important reasons to have a contact database, because the best of the business that you will ever generate, and I'm talking about the best of the business you will ever generate, is not going to come from open houses, it's not going to come from door knocking, it's not going to come from cold calling. The best business you will ever generate is going to come from referrals. And the reason why is because when somebody refers you somebody and that person comes to you, they already comes with trust. They already trust you. Because if I trust him, then my friend is going to trust him because I trust him, you see? So referral is a good way to generate a lot of high quality business in this industry. The only way you're going to generate referrals is by having constant communication with people. Becoming a presence in their mind. As I say, becoming a presence in their mind. Let me give you an example of becoming a presence in their mind. Somebody calls me out of the blue and they say, hey Ronnie, I was talking to my sister yesterday and she says she's thinking about selling her house and the first person that came into my mind is you. That's becoming a presence in somebody's mind. And that only happens through constant communication. Constant communication. Emails, text messages, letters, phone calls, personal visits, and so on and so forth. And that only happens when you have a system to do that, a contact database system to do that. So we're going to talk about that as well. And in regards to the rest of the systems, telemarketing systems. You're going to talk about telemarketing systems. What are the systems that you can use if you're doing cold calling? What are the steps that you need to take in order to do cold calling or telemarketing for that matter? We're also going to talk about geographic farming systems. We're going to talk about mega open house systems, mailing systems. We're going to talk about purchasing lists and doing background checks on people. Past clients' sphere of influence. Once again, mega open house, as I mentioned. We're also going to talk about video solutions. By the way, in regards to video, there's one thing that I wanted to mention to you. If you haven't considered this, consider this. Video is the future of marketing. If you're not integrating video into your marketing efforts, you're going to miss out, because a lot of people love video. Everybody loves video. That's one of the reasons why platforms like Instagram, for example, versus Twitter. You know, Twitter, over the last, 20 years or something, Twitter has grown from 0 to 300 million subscribers. Well, Instagram just started 3 years ago and already surpassed 500 million subscribers. Why? Because people can relate to pictures and videos. Videos are important. And you can do short videos, you can do small videos, you can do long videos. People love video. So video marketing is an important part of your business. So we're going to talk about the different platforms that you can use for video marketing. And then we're going to talk also about virtual assistants, what they do, how they can help you. We're going to talk also about work plans. You know, Mike Cerrone's work plan, how to use the Mike Cerrone work plan in order to create a work plan for you and your business. And lastly, this is not a system, but it's more of a training platform, my own personal training platform in YouTube. I have a training channel. It's called Maya Team TV, MAYATEAM TV, so Maya Team TV. And you can go to YouTube, you can just pull it up, you can free to subscribe. And I have over 144 videos in there. Most of them are training videos that you can take. They're small videos, anywhere between 3 minutes to 14-minute videos that you can just grab in there. You can learn a lot of stuff. As a matter of fact, if you want to know how to do something and you don't know how to do it, shoot me an email. I'll create a video for you that I can share with everybody. I think everybody will benefit from that. So those are the things that we're going to talk about today. Now, without any further ado, I want to give you a little bit of an overview of some of the systems that we have available. So the first system that I'm going to talk to you about is the BHHS resource. So let me go here to the BHHS resource. So if you look here in the main platform, in the home page, and you're looking right here, you will see all of these links right here. So you see here what says commercial resource, learn center resource, mobile resource, social media resource, lead resource, marketing resource, etc. The most important ones, or at least the ones that I use the most, not the most important ones, but the ones that I use the most, are the Learn Center resource, being the first. The Learn Center resource is where you get all of this training that I talked to you about. This is where you get all the live webinars and the video webinars. So if you were to go here, what you would want to do is you would want to go into Course Catalog. So I'm going to make this bigger so you can see it better. It's under Course Catalog right there. And if you go to Browse for Training, that will take you to the recorded webinars. And if you do Events Calendar, that's going to give you the calendar of events. So if I go to Browse for Training, you will see that we have about, let me see if I can go here to the other side. We have 314 recorded webinars that are available there. And those webinars, like I said before, they're going to range anywhere between how to do time management, building teams, learning the resource center, and many, many other things. And if you were to go to the course catalog and you go to the events calendar, that's going to take you to the calendar of events. Let's do the month of March, since February is almost done. And as you can see here, they have all of these events that are planned for the month of March. The action plan management, putting it all together, the lead resource calendar and email, a Snapchat for real estate, you know, how to use social media or how to break into the social media frontier. They also have mobile ad builder, the dashboard and personal profiles and things like that. There's a lot of training that is available. This is live webinars that you log in and you can actually talk to the trainer. So the trainer is actually there with you on the call. So that's one of the first features that I use in regards to the BHHS resource. The next one is the mobile resource, which is the app. So once you click on that, you can actually subscribe for the app. Like I said, there is a small payment. You can do it per month or you can do it per year. All right, so that's where you find it. The next one is the social media resource. Now, when you log into the social media resource, the very first thing that most people get confused about is that there's two buttons when you log in. Not right now because I already have an account, but when you log in, there's two buttons. That one that says $99 a month, the other one says $39 a month. And people think, oh my God, it's $39 a month or $99 a month. No, because if you read it correctly, it says the self-serve is free. That means that if you post your own postings, it's free. Now, if you want the company to post them for you, that's going to be $39 a month. But you don't have to pay for it. So what you need to do is you need to enroll into the $39 button, and then at the end, when it asks you whether or not you want to enroll into the $39 program, you say no. And then you can do the postings yourself. So every morning you're going to get an email. Every morning at 7 o'clock you're going to get an email with all the postings that you can do for the entire day. You can actually calendar them in. You can do one posting at 8 o'clock in the morning, and another one at 10, and another one at 12, and another one at 2, and another one at 3, and so on and so forth. So you can actually post all of them. From the morning, you can just post for the entire day. And you keep your platform completely organic. And as you can see here, you can enroll in all of your social media accounts, being your Facebook accounts, which I have 6 Facebook business pages, my Twitter account, my LinkedIn account, my Google account. All of those, these postings will actually post throughout all of your social media accounts if you have them. They're going to start doing Instagram very soon, according to what I heard. So keep an eye for that. The next one is the lead resource. The lead resource is what your contact database is. Remember, I talked to you about contact database. This is an important part of your business, to have a contact database that you use. This is a full-fledged contact database where you can have your contacts, you can add contacts, you can have a calendar of events, you can have tasks that you set up, you can have appointments that you set up, you can have drip campaigns that you set up. You have the Buyer Advantage program and the Seller Advantage programs, which are pre-made campaigns that you can set up people with. And this is automatic campaign, what we call drip campaigns, that go out to both buyers and sellers. So this is a great strategy for your business to have a contact database. The next one is the marketing resource, which is the main thing that I always use within the system, is the marketing resource. When you go to the marketing resource, I'm going to go, there's these big buttons. They created this platform to be very tablet friendly. So they have really, really big buttons that you can push with your fingers when you're using a tablet. For the most part, what I want to do is I want to go into library, right here into library. And once you have already subscribed to it, once you have created a profile, you can start using your library. Once you subscribe, it's going to ask you to do your profile, so you're not going to miss that. And if you go here to where it says type, I'm going to make it bigger so you can see it better. Where you go here to where it says type, you can see all the different types of marketing materials that you have. You have ads, you have audio, you have booklets and brochures, you have door hangers, you have downloadable presentations, you have e-cards, flyers, graphics, images, you have mobile ads, you have newsletters, you have PDFs, note cards, postcards, posters, presentation slideshows, social media postings, and videos. You have all of that available in the marketing resource. I mean, this is your one-stop for all of your marketing needs. So you can go there and you can create those flyers. The other thing all that marketing, the other thing that you can do in regards to the social media marketing is enroll into the give me one second here. Enroll into the video platform. The video platform is called let me see. Yeah, this is the right one. The media platform is called I'm sorry. It's sorry about that. It's called the Videolicious. All right, I'm gonna do it again. You can actually enroll to the video platform. The video platform is called Videolicious. Videolicious is an app that you download on your phone, and with this app, you can actually create a small 1-minute videos by pictures or videos that you have on your phone. So you go to a house, you take pictures, and with this app, Videolicious, you can actually create a 1-minute video that you can use to promote that property. Now, the benefit of enrolling via Videolicious via the BHHS resource is the ones that give you that code that they're gonna give you, and you upload it in your Realist account. Every video you create is gonna be automatically uploaded into the BHHS marketing. And once the videos are uploaded into the BHHS marketing, all you have to do is go into the library and go into videos, which I'll show you right now. Let me make this smaller so you can see it better. You go into my library, and then from there you're gonna find the videos. They move this around. Give me 1 second. Hold on, please. There you go. They moved it here. So it's gonna be under videos, under master library, and it's gonna be under videos. And you will see, you have access to all of the videos that you created using your Realist account. So you can use the videos from there. You can add those videos into a flyer so you can send out to people and things like that. All right. So that's that. And the last thing is gonna be the actually that's the last thing for this. So those are the things. Okay. So I'm gonna go back to videos and then jump to this part here. So you can grab the videos from there, or you can use them for flyers and things like that. So those are the main things that you can use on the BHHS Resource Center. Just to a small recap, you have the live webinars and recorded webinars, you have the contact database, you have the social media postings, you have the marketing resource. All of those things are available in the BHHS Resource Center, and it's absolutely free. So guys, we do not have the time to go over the rest of the platforms through this video, but I highly encourage you to come to the class. We have a fantastic 4-hour class in technology that I'm sure you're gonna enjoy it. So I want you to come to the class absolutely free. Bring a friend with you, and I hope to see you here. Talk to you later.